Good evening, everyone. So, we now move to our second session of the day. I am Dr. Abhishek Odhikari, your host for this session, along with Dr. Devashish Das, my co host. And I have the pleasure of introducing a distinguished speaker whose academic journey spans some of India's finest institutions. We welcome today Dr. Bonbon Bundu Mojumdar, Associate Professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at the Birla Institute of Technology and Science, we know as BITS, Pilani in Hyderabad campus, one of India's most prestigious deemed universities. Dr. Mojumdar's academic credentials are exceptional. He holds a Bachelor of Engineering from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, a Master of Technology from IIT Bombay, and a Doctor of Philosophy from IIT Kharagpur, three of the most respected engineering institutions in the country. His doctoral and research work is rooted in transportation planning and engineering, with the current focus on machine learning based spatial planning frameworks for urban mobility, a highly relevant area for smart and sustainable city planning in India. At BITS Pilani, Hyderabad, he actively mentors multiple PhD scholars and contributes to shaping the next generation of transportation researchers and engineers. Before joining BITS Pilani, he served on the faculty board of the National Institute of Technology, Durgapur, further reinforcing his deep ties to the NIT ecosystem. In today's session, Dr. Mujumdar will be presenting a top topic, a systematic methodology for improving road safety on urban roads in India, challenges, approach, and the way forward. A topic that could not be more timely given India's urban mobility challenges brought forward. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Bondun Mundu Mujumdar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Odhikari, for the introduction. Thank you so much. Is my screen visible? Is my
Yes, sir.
screen? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So once again, before beginning, I would like to thank Dr. Odhikari, Dr. Devashish, as well as Professor Abhi Sarkar and others for inviting. So that's actually it is very interesting indeed to see such an interesting topic of understanding technology integration in civil engineering pathways with respect to sustainable development, which is or should be one of the main goal of today's things. So that considering that, it is very important that we actually look into it. I will just now make it full screen. Please let me know if there is any difficulty to see. It is okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay. Uh, so today I will speak on a systematic methodology for improving road safety on urban roads in India. What are the challenges?
Sir, your screen is not visible right now at this very moment.
Okay. I will just take an unshare and this thing. Acha, I understand why it's happening. Just a minute. Is it visible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
right now.
Now?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Uh, okay. So we would like to understand what is road safety, what is its role, how it is linked with sustainable development goal. I'll briefly speak on that, then some of the work that we have done and what can be done for generic engineering purpose that we will discuss. There are several slides, but I will only briefly discuss about some of the important aspects. First, I would like to give a very brief introduction of what we are and what we are doing. So, we are a transportation research innovation analysis lab. We call it very fondly as trial. This trial lab is situated at BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus, uh, where we work on sustainability and quality of life. As you can see, VREF, or which is nothing but Volvo Research Education Foundation, is one of the major sponsors for us, who have actually established a center of excellence for a sustainable urban freight system in our laboratory. So this is our entire team. So who we work. So right now more PhD students are joined. So all I could not put, but I can tell you that we work on extensively on road safety, human machine interaction, driver behavior, intelligent transportation system, transit safety, passenger demand forecasting, green mobility, supply chain integration, and so on and so forth. And these are our some of the scholars who are working or have graduated in various related areas, specifically on road safety, transportation planning, and road behavior. Those are the aspects we like to work at trial. This is our research lab or equipments that we have. As you can see, we have a complete geared bike. This is recently we have taken. So two-wheeler related trainings or two-wheeler related research we can actually take up. We have a completely in-house virtual reality headset, so where we can actually put those VR headsets and develop any kind of scenario. We have complete video VBox for understanding the vehicle's trajectory. We have high-end cameras. We have high-end computing workstations, and as well as all important softwares related for statistical, econometric, as well as traffic engineering and planning related research. Our funding agencies are various, so you can see Asian Development Bank, Volvo Research Education Fund, Spark, MHRD, Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, MHRD, ICSSR, Coca-Cola, RMIT University, ACRB. So all these agencies we have various projects funded, and we regularly publish at many journals which are peer reviewed and very highly valued. So those who are aware with the transportation related research, they will be able to understand the transportation research B, D, E, F, Journal of Transport Geography, Transport Policy, TRR, RTBM, so on and so forth are the journals where we publish. Just very briefly, some of the projects that we are working on. One of the project we are working very closely with the Metro, Hyderabad Metro, as well as Hyderabad Police, is developing a technology so that people can actually develop first and last mile modes. So we can go to Metro, but how to go to Metro and what do we do once we get off from Metro? That technology through an application we are developing. It's a Asian Development Bank funded project. This is again a Hyderabad walkable city project where we have worked or found out what can improve Hyderabad walkability. Again, this was funded by an NGO, and we have also done a Hyderabad Safe City project where the entire Hyderabad safety we evaluated, which was funded by again DST ACRB, and again some of the daily newspapers, local as well as national level newspapers reported that. This is one ongoing project we have received where we are trying to understand how two-wheeler safety can be improved, and this two-wheeler simulator we are using for that. We are also doing a project funded by another company, ITSP, where we are providing a complete end-to-end solution for someone who wants to park and ride. So multimodal option, parking guidance, park and ride solution, and prioritizing transport all under one application. Then we are also developing several 3 or 4 projects, and couple of projects are not here as well. So where we are trying to understand how e-mobility or electric mobility through electric bicycle or electric cars can be actually a successful mode, and we want to test that whether people are really going to use that. So these all are funded project. 2 are funded by BITS Pilani itself, and 1 is being funded by Indian Council for Social Science Research, where we are working on different things. So I just wanted to give you a brief of what we are doing so that we have a clear understanding of our lab. Later on, of course, you have my email ID, and I will also show our LinkedIn page. So definitely, if you have any query or any discussion or further interest, please write back to us. It will be of very help, and we welcome that. We will start with some of the aspects work done on Beach Pilani, some IRC codes of practice, where we have taken Australian codes of practice and web sources. From there, we have actually taken our material, and we will first introduce road safety status, reactive method, proactive method, road safety audit, and all those things we will discuss. But first things first, road safety is a very interesting topic, I believe, to all of us. I will understand, and of course, one of the key part of the sustainable development goal. Before going any further, Dr. Abhishek, it can be an interactive session, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Devasi sir, it will definitely be an
Yes.
interesting
So
session.
then I would like to ask some questions. So first, let me know. I am sure a good number of our participants have license, driving license, or even if you do not have, that's okay. I mean, maybe budding drivers. So, can anyone unmute and tell me what does the yellow line in the picture indicate? A, B, C, D.
I think, sir, it is overtaking prohibited.
Overtaking prohibited. Okay, very good. This one. What is the use of double solid line as shown below? Someone else, one has already answered. Someone from the participant. Yeah, I cannot see the participant list here because, so please volunteer, someone.
Someone has written the answer in the message box. So it says free to cross, Mr. Matthew. So is it correct, sir? You can check the message box.
What is the answer?
Free to cross.
Okay. C. To indicate no overtaking zone. This one, someone can tell, unmute and tell.
Participants are requested to kindly, if
Yes,
possible,
yes.
answer.
So this is
Answer the
again,
question.
I know that when you have joined this particular workshop or short-term faculty development program, the main idea of you to actually get interest in learning something, right? So why don't we interact and learn together? That will help. So please, you can unmute and say. There is no extra
No,
added thing, but yes,
no,
if you interact,
yeah.
I will feel good.
So
Huh?
that being a junction, that's like keep the section clear.
Keep clear.
Sir, is it keep clear?
Keep clear. Yes. Have you seen this kind of intersections?
Yes, in Uganda we have them. We
Excellent.
have that yellow painting, yeah.
Very good. So this is intersection also there in some places in Kolkata, some places in Kerala. You will see there this kind of intersections are there, which is actually to keep clear so that no vehicles enter here. This one,
Stop. Is it A stop?
okay. Anything else? Should I lock stop?
Sir, is it park?
Huh? Park?
Option C.
You tell me, should I lock park or I go for the option 50-50 like KBC, right?
No, sir. I think stop because
Sir, it will be giveaway.
Okay, who told give way?
Sir, I am
Excellent.
Devasi.
Dr. Das, yes, give way is the right answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So this is a give way sign. So this one, probably the last one before starting the road safety component.
Sir, this is curve approach.
Curve approach. Anyone else?
B. Curve approach.
Very good. So what is the point why I spoke about that? Because road safety as well as it is an engineering problem. Similarly, it's a social problem. So it is our responsibility to understand, know about the road, and apply those things while on the road. If we know some of the signs and markings and actually adhere to the rules, 50% of road safety problems will be done. As one of the father figures, like many of you, I'm sure here from geotechnical background, I know Dr. Abhishek very well, that he's a geotechnical person. So in geotechnical, we tell that Professor Terzaki is the father of geotechnical engineering, right? Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we tell Professor Ezra Hoyer as the father of road safety. So he uses one phrase. I happened to meet him once at one of the conference, that we should be designing forgiving roads. Now that concept has been taken by many people. Forgiving roads. Two small words, but has got such a in-depth meaning. We should design a road in such a manner so that one person who is very ignorant, has no idea, even or not in a very good state physically, but even that person should be forgiven for this mistake. My design should be such that his mistake or her mistake is also taken care of. So we like to design forgiving roads. That's our aim. Do you think road safety is very important in our life? We all understand that, right? But is it taken very seriously?
No, sir. Especially in metropolitan city. No.
No. Okay. Okay, let us see. What is this diagram?
I think that's a plane crash.
Plane crash. Can
Remains of a
anyone tell
plane
me
crash.
which plane crash? I intentionally did not put the Ahmedabad plane crash because it will bring back lot of difficult memories for us. Can anyone tell me? This happened in January 29, 2025. An United States helicopter collided mid-air with another American Airlines flight. All 67 people aboard were killed in the crash. A very sorry state of affair, but why I am telling this, it will come. Ahmedabad crash, I think it happened in India last year. Most of us remember that, right? And horrific crash. So many people died. This is one of the deadliest aviation industry accident, where 583 people died with a KLM Boeing 747 while taking off during Spain, where it was little foggy and many people died. This one, which figure it refers to?
Sir, is it the Ganeshwari Express?
Okay,
Yes, sir. Near Odisha, the rail accident. What was happened?
the Balasore. Yes, the Balasore. Recently it happened, right? 2023. Three trains collided near Bahanga Bazar railway station in Balasore. Almost 296 people died and injured over 1200. Right? It was one of the most horrific things in our history. Similarly, those, I don't know how many of you are here. I was also not born, and I suppose many of us have read this from the paper. 1981, 7 of the 9 bogies of an overcrowded passenger train derailed from a bridge in Bagmati River at Balaghat in Bihar. So the estimated death toll was 800 to 2000. It was one of the most horrific crashes. Now, why I am telling all these things? Let's ask again. I would like participants to answer. How many of you read newspapers every day? Newspapers may not be hard copy, soft copy is also fine, maybe through mobile or laptop or tab, that's fine. Yeah, someone answered. Yeah, I can't check the messenger box. If someone can tell. Someone can unmute and tell. I am not able to see the messenger box. I can see that later. Then again, I have to.
Yes, sir. I think everyone have read the
Okay,
newspaper.
very good.
I
What
think
news you read? Someone, please unmute. One of you, those who are answering, one of the participant, please unmute and tell what news
Sports,
you read.
sports news, sir. Sports news.
Sports news, entertainment news, and right now I think many of
Political
the
news.
Indian states are having election. West Bengal. So last 2-3 days we are continuously checking election results. Similarly, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam, Pondicherry, all are having actually their respective state legislative assembly elections. And similarly, specific countries' elections we follow. But if you remember this train accident when it happened, did you follow this thing on newspaper? This news? I
Yes, sir.
think yes.
Yes, sir.
Majority of us followed.
Yes.
Why? Can you tell me this one or the Ahmedabad incident? Where in the newspaper it came?
Sir, in the front page.
In the front page. That's precisely it. Road safety, road accident. I am not diminishing. Any accident is bad, but road accident. Do we see generally road accidents in front page?
No.
We see one when we see when Rishabh Pant collided last time. Rishabh Pant, the Indian cricketer, if you remember, he
Yes.
met with a horrific accident and his vehicle actually had a lot of these things, and he somehow, it's by God's grace, he was survived. That is good. Then Cyrus Mistry, when he died, those times newspapers covered it in first page. In other times, do we look at it? Do we find it? We don't find it. Of course, train accident or a flight accident is horrific. Any accident, a single death of life is not acceptable. But if you look at it very carefully, it is the life that is being taken up by road accident is way, way more. Does anyone have an idea how many deaths we have due to road accident? Any value? Okay, let me give. In India, more than 1,77,000 people are killed each year in traffic accidents. That's about 485 fatalities a day. One death every 4 minutes. So we are speaking around 20 minutes. I am speaking 15 to 20 minutes, I guess. So by that time, 4 to 5 people have died in road traffic accident on an average in India. So this is every day 485. So all first page will go. But that much sensitization is not there, which is a problem. That's why we all need to stand up together and do the needful. That's the need for the day. Okay. So I hope after this, of course, we will discuss some engineering aspects, but understanding the social context and why it is important is also necessary. With this, I want to give a very brief background on global crash statistics. As you can see, 1.25 million deaths in 2010, then 1.19 million deaths in 2021. I intentionally gave these two values. So 1.25, 1.19, which is higher? Of course, 1.19 is lower, but still, we are not happy. Why? If 1.25 million deaths in 2010, 1.19 million deaths in 2021, if we look, 5% reduction has happened. But the amount that we wanted, that the global leaders wanted, with that respect, the amount is very less, which is not at all satisfactory. The vehicles have increased with respect to we wanted less. Every 23 seconds, the road user dies. It's a leading cause of death for 5 to 29 years old. And of course, we are losing 10 to 12% of our GDP. Indian crash statistics again, 1.5 lakh or 1.77, the value little bit goes here and there, die annually. Fatalities increased by 9.4%, injuries increased by 15.3%. In between 2018 and 22, why? Because I gave little bit older, because all latest data are not available. 22 till that we have excellent data available. Again 24, 25 is there, 26 being updated. So I just given initial data. The top 10 cities shared around 46% of crash fatalities. Overall cost of 12.9 lakh crore in 2016. So overall, if you see the entire data of global, the entire data of India, entire data of Telangana is there, I would, of course, the important slides which I am covering, I would share with the team, Dr. Abhishek, Dr. Abir, Dr. Das, so that you can actually have it and go through it, right? So I will not go through all nitty-gritties of the crash statistics, just the basic idea. Road traffic crashes cost most countries 3% of their gross domestic product, right? 93% of the world's fatalities of the road occur in the low and middle income of the country. So that's very interesting. So if you see low and middle income countries, India is also now in middle income countries. Like many African countries, like we have one friend from Uganda. So we will also will agree with me that 93% of the world's fatality happens in these countries, whereas these countries have 60% of the world's vehicle. So other part of the world who have 40% of the vehicles but having 7% of the fatalities. Isn't it disparity? Yes, it's a disparity. Isn't it injustice? I don't know. So that question is quite debatable. But the understanding is road traffic safety in these countries are quite neglected. So there is a need to look at that, do some engineering investigation. So the road safety status, how the death toll is increasing year by year, how the injury toll is increasing year by year, that is given here. I will not go very detail into that. I just want to directly come to very specific things why India is vulnerable. Because mixed traffic is there. If you see Indian traffic, all vehicles, maybe a bus, maybe a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, a three-wheeler, all share along with pedestrians and bicyclists share the same road. That's a problem. The flow pattern is quite complex, so we do not know exactly one has to go which place, and there is also lack of driver knowledge. That is a problem. Driver attitude. So whenever we are driving, we feel that we are kings. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Most of us feel in that way. That whenever someone is crossing the road, pedestrian by just walking or so, we feel, "Arey, this is our road. Why should we actually move? They should actually move." So that kind of attitude also comes. And of course, driver habits, road user habits, inadequate geometric design, all those things actually compound and make India a vulnerable, crash prone country. What are the pillars of road safety action? So when the UN took it up and UN went for developing the sustainable development goals, so UN in coordination with World Bank and all other agencies, they found out that 5 pillars are most important for road safety action plan. Pillar 1, we should look for road safety management. Pillar 2 should specifically focus on safer vehicles. Nowadays, if you see most of the vehicles, advanced level vehicles that we are getting is having ADAS or high level technological solutions which can actually help us improving the safety scenario. Pillar 3, safer road users. So yes, safer road user means how people can use the road safely. So this again is the on us engineers and planners to find out the reasons and provide them with sufficient evidence-based countermeasures. That if you do this, this will improve. A small example: we have done a lot of road safety audits across the country, and we have faced various scenarios where if there is a school along a national highway, the people from village needs to go to the national highway school on the other side. How they will go? Of course, on a national highway you cannot have zebra crossing. You need to have either a vehicular underpass where you can cross by walking. You should have a footover bridge or you should have a subway. But what is the problem? In a location, for example, if I can provide a FOB or footover bridge and a subway, what should I provide and why? So again, if in a position I want to, in a highway, I want to provide for pedestrian crossing, should I provide a subway under the ground or should I provide a footover bridge above the ground? What should be my solution? Can anyone tell me?
Football bridge.
Football bridge. Okay. Ideally, football bridge is the best solution because football bridge the cost is significantly less. It will cost around 7 to 8 crores to make one football bridge, whereas underground structure it will cost us 30 to 40 crores. But we have seen that people have a less willingness to go up the stairs. Most of the cases, football bridges that remain stagnant, no one uses it. And for example, for the subways, we need to take care of the high flood level, whatever is the HFL of the location. That decides whether my subway is usable or not. Otherwise, during rainy seasons and all, there is a high chance of it getting drained and lot of other issues. So those kind of things we should understand. Like what should I provide? Why? We should do some economic cost analysis. We should do some life cycle cost analysis. Then we can provide safe reducers, safer alternatives, practical alternatives. Then there is post-crash response. Nowadays, lot of focus has been there. So, for example, nowadays if a crash happens somewhere, we generally send the people to the nearest health center. But that is not enough. Cyrus Mr. Mystery was also taken to a nearest center, but that was a primary health center. Whereas the injury that he had to be taken to some high-level trauma center. But instead of that, it was taken. It is not a fault of those people. That kind of planning is not there. Nowadays, to take care of this, lot of planning, lot of initiatives are there which takes care of post-crash response. After every crash, we say there is a golden hour. In 1 hour after the crash, if we can take the person to an appropriate facility, there is a high chance we can save the life. So that is one of the major aspect, and we should also move towards that. And of course, a safe driving environment is the fifth pillar. With all these pillars, let us move to UN actions. So UN road safety strategy, which is very important to the UN global decade of road safety, which was 2011 to 2020. So global decade of action of road safety was 2011 to 2020, and as per SDG or Sustainable Development Goal 3.6, the idea is to reduce the number of road crashes by 50% by 2030. As you can see, Sustainable Development Goals, and they have certain targets. Sustainable Development Goal 3 ensures healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, and the target is by 2020 half the number of global deaths, and the same is being continued till 2030. Target 11 is basically 11.2 is by 2030 providing access to safe and affordable, accessible, sustainable transport for all across all group for inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable transport. So these two sustainable development goal and these two sustainable development goal targets are basically which defines what is road safety as per UN and how do we go ahead. With this, UN has actually created one vision for road safety. So the pillars that I told, what are the actions like establishing road safety policy, encouraging investment in fleet management, developing standard training and awareness related methods and materials, increase responsiveness for post-crash emergencies, promote safe operations. Those are 5 pillars of road safety that action specific UN has also given us some understanding. So with this will give us a clear idea on how to go ahead and what to be done. Now we have moved to a safe system approach, like what I told now, improving the safe roadside, safe vehicle, safe speed, safe roads and roadsides. This is what we will try to approach and improve. A safe road system increasingly free for death and serious injury. 5 E's of road safety. Road safety stands on 5 E's. First is engineering, Second is education. Third is enforcement. Fourth is emergency response. Fifth is evaluation. Engineering, education, enforcement, emergency response, and evaluation. These 5 E's comprises of the pillar of the road safety. So what does these E's mean? So the first E, I am sure, or I suppose majority of us of here are from engineering discipline, very specifically maybe civil engineering, although road safety is a very multidisciplinary domain. So we will understand that designing, construction, operation related, maintenance related, as well as vehicle related. Vehicle related, then the mechanical and electrical people or electronics people will come into picture. So these aspects, if we can do some changes, do some safety improvement, they will come under the engineering discipline. So for improving road safety, this component has to be taken care of at one hand. Then education. Nowadays we will see various police authorities, various civic bodies, they actually develop several education materials through which they want to make people aware that what behavior changes are required, what are the rules of road, and so on and so forth. So education plays a major role as well. Enforcement, we all know, police must be active and vigilant. CCTV cameras must be there. Nowadays, we have automatic number plate recognition systems for any violations, like this kind of other CCTV measures, like all these kind of measures, along with improved machine learning and deep learning techniques, if we can provide, we can actually make these things more stringent and the enforcement can be taken up. Emergency response, as I told, very quickly during a golden hour, the incident should be responded. Emergency medical service, emergency rescue, this all compared things should be taken up immediately. This becomes a very important thing nowadays. And evaluation, I did not say. So finally, when we implement everything, evaluating the system with respect to the standard guideline. So these 5 are major E's. Mostly we will be talking about engineering solutions and engineering evidences. Okay. Engineering approach again can be of 2 types, reactive and proactive. What does the word reactive means? Can anyone tell me? These 2 words, reactive and proactive. What does these 2 words mean separately? Reactive, proactive. May not be with respect to safety. Anywhere.
Sir, I think proactive approach leads to some practical hands-on approach, more likely with the involvement of personnel going there and doing the work by themselves.
It's a proactive means the participating.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So basically, reactive means when we react. For example, today, let's take an example that today there is an accident happened. So I am just reacting. There is an accident. Let's do something. Let's find out why it has happened. Find out the data previous and doing some analysis. Telling that this location there could be accident. That's reactive approach. When we take some data, try to analyze and give some suggestion. And what is proactive? Without anything, we go to the field. We try to find out why one location can become accident prone. We proactively take that approach. Similarly, for students, I am sure there are some master's level and PhD students here. Some faculty members are also here. They will understand whenever we give a student a relatively lesser grade, they react. We got a lesser grade. Let's find out all the previous year's question papers, solve them. That's reactive approach. But once they study across the
Sir,
year,
may I interrupt? Sir, it means it's kind of sympathy or empathy.
sympathy, empathy is little different way, I would say. Yes, but may not be exactly relatable. Sympathy, I mean, yes. Sympathy means what? Sympathetic towards certain aspects, and empathy is yes. Once after the action,
Involvement.
empathy.
Involvement.
We can tell, but yes, it is may not be directly fitting the terms here. Okay. Rather, when we do after giving bad grades, when they go start and study reactive approach, and when even the grades are there, not there, they just like that. The over the year they study, that becomes a nice proactive approach. So, what reactive measure? We analyze the historic crash data. We find out the black spots. I'll just again, there are a lot of things. I will not go through everything. Some aspects I will do. The main idea of us, the engineering applications of accident investigation, is determining the adequacy, size, and shape, determining the justification, planning for pedestrian safety, identifying the speed zoning, safe and efficient street light, safety measure, improving horizontal and vertical alignment, determining if there is any geometric design defect, and planning for traffic operation and regulations. These are the engineering applications of accident investigations. How did we used to find it? Now we have all crash data we have in Excel. So with proper permission and proper channel, if we go, we can get the crash data from the traffic police department of every state. Now because there is a Supreme Court road safety committee where they have to submit regular interval reports, so that is there. But it was not here while I was doing my PhD in 2014. That time I was doing in Kharagpur, so some locations on Birbhum is a state nearby. There were also a lot of crashes. So for that, some investigations we did. So that time we had to go to the police stations and find out the first information report or FIRs. And FIR, they will provide all the details, the district, PS, year, FIR number, what happened, address, exactly what happened there, what was the problem, what was the vehicle, all those things. From there, we had to actually extract the data and do some analysis. But now that thing is gone. We can directly get the Excel-based data, because police also now they do not enter in this kind of handwritten notes. Rather, they also use tab and improvised applications where the data directly gets stored into the Excel sheets. So we collect all type of data: vehicle involved, traffic condition, road geometry, pavement characteristics, driver details, and so on and so forth. Again, in some of the components, I will go a little fast. Just I want to show you this is there, but I would focus on more important things later on. So for all kind of road safety accident locations, we develop this kind of diagram, which we call as a condition diagram and a collision diagram. A condition diagram gives us an idea of whatever the things that is there in the location. If there is an open space, if there is any vehicle, trees, is there any school, what is the road dimension, and all those things we get in condition. In collision diagram, every collision, whether it's a rear end collision, rear end means when one vehicle's end hits another vehicle's end, that is known as a rear end collision. When both of them end together front to front, that we call on head on collision. Similarly, if that sidewise they get swiped, that is known as sidewise. So similarly, these kind of accidents, they actually report, and from that we can find out. So these are the different types of or models of how we store or deal with the accident data. For all crashes, we have to develop this both condition and collision diagrams. Now I will just go back and we will directly, all things no, we will just directly discuss some component that we done in Hyderabad. So one of the project that we did in Hyderabad, which is again a part of the reactive methodology, data analysis based methodology, we did both reactive and proactive. We found out what are the risk factors, what actually influences road safety crashes in Hyderabad. Can we predict the future numbers? What will be the future number? Or can we predict what is going to be the future severity, whether it's going to be a fatal crash or a non-fatal crash? How we can proactively evaluate the safety and give some recommendations? All those things we actually tried to understand. With this project, we found out the risk factors, we found out the safety performance functions which actually finds or predicts the crashes, and also what key locations across the city are crash prone. Those also we found out. That is the methodology. This is the study area. Hyderabad, as you can see, it is ranked among top 10 cities for the last 5 years for total crashes. The entire Hyderabad, if we look at it, India's 6 megacities, among them highest personal vehicle dependence. So, with respect to the per capita people, number of personal vehicles, both two-wheeler and four-wheelers, one of the highest. One of the 43 megacities and Hyderabad, I think all of you know, there are a lot of infrastructure development is taking place, lot of movement is being happening. Many people are coming from outside, lot of inflow and intraflow and outside flow is happening. So there are a lot of crashes. So total Hyderabad 60 police stations are there, which we have divided in 5 zones, but it is difficult to analyze all 60 police zones together. So we have taken all 4 most important or crash prone police zones from every station, and total 20 stations we have actually identified and put it here. We wanted to identify the road traffic fatality risk factors and identified the key risk factors. Wanted to understand the interrelationship between the risk factors and propose a segmentation technique. Again, I will just come back and show it here directly. I mean, there is no point going through. I will again go back and show. Basically, here I would like to tell you one thing. I think most of us nowadays we hear about the terms machine learning, right? How many of you work here in machine learning? I would more than the participant sites. How many participants, those who are here, work in machine learning, or even the faculties from HIT as well? I think many of you work in machine learning. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So today the entire road safety or this kind of transportation decision makings are dependent on data. So we get huge or significant number of amount of data and we need to analyze them using various machine learning and data mining and other clustering techniques. Now that's a cautionary thing. So again, for your information, we regularly host some courses very specifically on machine learning fundamentals. We strongly believe that machine learning is a very important buzzword. Nowadays, everyone hears this word buzzword, machine learning, machine learning. Everyone is using machine learning. But what is machine learning? Why do we use it? What is supervised machine learning? What is unsupervised machine learning? Why do I use supervised machine learning? Where do I use unsupervised machine learning? What type of models I use on what type of data? What type of unsupervised machine learning I should use on what type of data and why? This we actually teach in those courses with respect to transportation, of course. I would request all of you, those who are working in these areas, that do not just go by the buzzword. Nowadays, with the advent of AI tools, if we write 2 lines of script, they will give me whatever model I want, they will give me the data, isn't it? That will analyze and give us a very nice results. All kind of algorithms and everything. But we need to understand the fundamentals. So this, my suggestion would be all to go more in depth on the fundamentals. So that will help us doing it. So again, with the lot of crash data, we have calculated 2015 to 19 data we have analyzed. Now we are in process of getting the latest data and analyzing. We got these data, total data, season-wise data, time of crash-wise data, time of accused vehicle-wise data, time of vehicle data. Apart from that, we also collected traffic volume of those locations, speed, geometric characteristics, and all other things. Traffic data, volume data, all possible data on those locations of the crashes across the entire Hyderabad we have collected. Then we have used some data mining techniques and some advanced machine learning techniques. I am not going to go into the detail and tell, so it will take at least so much of time. Just to give you an idea, for the entire factors, we have divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments. Each segment, we have got some criteria how we have done the division. So again, I am not going through it. We have our papers as references, which one can refer if interested. We have done some cross-sectional study. We have done some a priori algorithm-based study, which is data mining and machine learning. We have combined actually to find out the factors, and we have identified risk factors like heavy motor vehicles, unknown vehicles, pedestrians, and others as accused and victim vehicles respectively as very high risk factors. Similarly, if their accused is pedestrian or four-wheeler is victim, autumn, spring, or winter as season are extremely low risk factors. This gives us some idea on what factors are more important, which are less. Similarly, we have done prediction modeling where we have found out, as you can see, road width, speed, major road width, ADT, presence of traffic, horizontal curve, right turn protection, like these attributes which gives us their influence on the overall road safety crash at mid-block, at signalized intersection, at unsignalized intersection. A junction where there is signal is known as a signalized intersection. Where there is no signal is unsignalized intersection. In between two signals, that road where is no signal is not there, just vehicles are moving. That is known as mid-block. For all these three places, we actually developed crash prediction models and tried to find out how do we improve the road safety scenario, right? And we have also developed some sensitivity analysis, some binary logistic regression models. Let's not go into that. But the idea is all attributes we can do it, and this kind of results if one can do and suggest to the government, lot of good things can happen, and we are also constantly in touch with the government and suggest them. What we have found out, like we discussed, HMV, inappropriately designed speed coming measures, overspeeding of trucks, less education and training campaigns which is mandatory for them, regulations regarding drivers' work schedule, constant surveillance by authorities which is important for HMVs. Similarly, unknown vehicles, lot of unknown vehicles are accused. So CCTV cameras should be at key locations where we can actually see. Here if you can see, this vehicle is actually hitting this two-wheeler. That video we have just captured. Once this vehicle goes, this vehicle is not there, so unknown vehicle it will be taken. So now with the advent of technology, this thing should be taken up properly, immediate action should be taken. Similarly, pedestrian and victim vehicle, most of the cities pedestrians are very much ignored. There is not much aspect of that. So exclusive walkways, regular maintenance, pedestrian phase in the signal, and from others merging slow moving vehicles into the traffic stream, relatively greater speed, exclusive right of way, lane discipline, these are key risk factors. Then we have also done the proactive approach. We have developed for all attributes which are the major attributes for risk. So then we have developed, those who have done expert level survey, we can actually go to expert and ask them their perception. For that purpose, one of the extensively used multi-criteria decision making techniques, which is AHP or analytical hierarchy process, we have used. Using which what we have done, we have taken mid-block, we have taken signalized intersection, we have taken unsignalized intersection. For them different attributes we have taken and we have tried to find out the weight. So as you can see, for mid-block is MCI, for signalized intersection SICI, for unsignalized you can see unsignalized condition index. So we have developed from taking from expert using analytical hierarchy process. I am not explaining the theoretical aspects. Someone interested, please reach out to me. We can discuss. So for different types of roads, different equations we have developed. Now one engineer who can directly, or planner, or even a person with basic information on the road can actually find out the condition of the signalized intersections, unsignalized intersections, and mid-block locations across any city. So this is one of the fundamental contribution. With this, we have actually rated or ranked all the mid-block locations of Hyderabad, and some of the samples we have shown mid-block, signalized and unsignalized locations under one police station. We have done that. We have done for all, but here we have shown. So these kind of things can be done, and which can actually tell us more things. And we have also had the number of crashes, where it has happened and why. Now we wanted to give some counter measures. So once again we found out that overspeeding and loss control is the most occurring crash. How do I improve that? So we have found out some of the counter measures, and again we went to experts and asked them to give us weight. And then we tried to see whether on the field which particular counter measure can be applied. For example, as you can see, overspeeding and loss control, pedestrian barrier and dedicated spaces, provision of curb extension, roadway lighting, these are the countermeasures that can be taken up. Similarly, at the junction, because pedestrian remains one of the most important aspects. So these measures gives us a novel approach to understand road safety, apply it on the field, and provide policy suggestion to the government. That was one of the major contribution of the study. So what we have given to the ACRB, DST as well as to the government, that police station, location, what type of crash, how many fatal crash, how many non-fatal crash, what is the cause of crash, what are the victim vehicles, what are the crime vehicles, what are the applicable countermeasures. All those things we have identified and given a solution, and we feel this is one of the unique addition to the Indian case study, as again the previous press releases are given there. So this is the overall Hyderabad city specific data that we discussed. Now I would like to discuss on the proactive measures of road safety. Now road safety audit. I think how many of you are aware with the term road safety audit? I am sure some of you. Audit term we are all aware of, right? Whenever in 31st March, so all of our accounts, may that be a bank account or maybe wherever we are working, so there are a lot of audits take place. So someone third party, they come and check our reports and records if everything is in order. Similarly, to check for road safety scenario of a location, road safety audit needs to be taken up. A road safety audit needs to be taken up at the very beginning DPR stage. When it happens, when a DPR of a road is being given, it should take up at the construction stage. When the construction is going on, it should be taken up at the operation stage, design stage, then of course operation and maintenance stage, and then again before the official commercial opening. All these stages, these road safety audits should be done. That's the proactive measure of road safety which should be taken up. Now, some issues. Again, there are a lot of steps, lot of aspects are there. I would like to give you some very basic understanding on those things. Construction zones. So all zones we can actually go and identify road safety issues and give suggestion. Again, I would like to ask you a question that this diagram is taken from one of the locations in West Bengal only. Can you tell me what are the road safety issues here? So again, proactive road safety audit. So till now I discussed about reactive audits or reactive road safety management, where we get lot of road safety data. We use machine learning, we use data mining, we use other classification techniques, we use regression models, so on and so forth. But with respect to this, we go to field and try to find out what are the problems, how we can solve it. Can anyone tell me what are the issues here? Anyone?
Sir, no symbol is there.
No symbol is here. Anything else?
There is no curb present in the road.
Okay, anything else?
The angle is changing suddenly, which can cause
Angle is
problem.
changing suddenly, the transition is sudden, yes. So
The
insufficient
design,
diversion signs and barriers.
and sir, the design of super elevation is not correct, I think.
Yes. This one, now a closer look. Can you see the gap between the crash barriers is quite wide? So in night time a car and two-wheeler can come inside and there could be crash. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's one of the challenge. Similarly here similar type of issues can be seen. This, I think it is written, I forgot to remove the animation. So this, working beyond work zones without delineator codes. Working beyond work zones without delineator cones. So cones can be surrounded and they can be spaced here. Without that, a road safety auditor, a civil engineer who is in charge of that project can stop. We have done that. Many projects where we were the auditors or consultants, we went to the road where we have seen this kind of things. We have actually stopped the payment of the contractor. You can do that. This is violating the issues. And if some vehicle on the road they are doing certain things, there should be reflective tapes on the vehicles, because it can happen that what can happen in night time as well. So night time they will be visible to all other vehicles only if they have reflective tapes. So those also we need to carefully look at and then suggest. Similarly, as you can see here, conglomeration of signs creating confusion. So as you can see, lot of signs are there. So we are not very sure what to do, where to do. So this is again near to NH2, which is near to from Durgapur to Barwa Adda towards Dhanbad. Okay. Similarly, tapering in diversion before the construction zone. Construction zone, you can see lot of debris are kept there. Construction vehicles coming from the opposite sides. Those are some of the diversion related issues. What is the problem? What should be the solution? Anyone? Or it is fine? Anyone?
Sir, I don't think this is the correct type of barrier that should be present.
Absolutely right. Whenever there is a construction zone with open reinforcements, it should be completely covered. Because otherwise there is a chance some vehicle may again come here and it will be straight away fatal accident. No coming out of it. Similarly, as you can see, this is again very near to Durgapur. In again 2024 or 3, it was captured during an audit. As you can see, this huge construction was going on, or little bit ahead before that also it is possible. I don't remember the date. But again, as you can see, there are these big holes where vehicles can actually go. This is a 2017 diagram. As you can see, big trenches are there where vehicles can easily go. So these aspects are really horrifying, needs to be addressed. This one. This we have all seen. Unauthorized crossing issues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What to do? How do we correct that? How do we correct that? Or what is the
By
problem?
proper monitoring.
Monitoring. So in a road, if you see there are hundreds, it's very difficult to monitor. I don't have a right or wrong answer because your
By
point
raising the height of the divider.
by raising the size of the divider. See,
Yes, yes, sir. This could be the better one.
no, this one it has been done, but again people are trying to cross. So yes, people's behavior. That's why we as a engineer, our perception, our thing is very important. We should actually help people. We should actually help people understand and how we can improve those things is a very important thing.
Sir,
Okay.
we should educate the common people about the
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. That's why a lot of awareness programs, campaigns, and everything is being done. Many safety slogans has being made. Many dialogues across the country has been done. All those things we try to address. Okay. Untreated openings is a big issue across various places. As we are coming towards the close, I will just take you forward. Similarly, median opening is a huge issue across the national highways in India. Needs to be addressed at the earliest. Pedestrian cyclists crossing at the main carriage without proper arrangement is a general figure. This one, quickly, what is the problem? Or everything is fine.
sir, the footpath is not there.
Okay. So again, this was an Arden shoulder, so that's okay. That road, it's a two-lane road, Arden shoulder. It is near to it is in NH 117. So it is near to Kakdeep in South 24 Parganas in West Bengal, India.
Sir, according to the picture, there is no drainage path.
Okay, let's think about road safety.
No,
Yeah, drainage path, that's an issue.
one thing is that a small road is coming and merging to the larger road, but there is absolutely no visible stop sign or whatever required. That is not there. So it is just coming and meeting. So that will cause problems.
Yes, 1 point, very good. What else?
Sir, the slope that is maintained in the small road is not very steep, I think.
What else?
Sir,
If
E
you see,
value is high.
if you see, so many people are standing. So evidently they are standing for a bus. But if there is an intersection like a short road is coming without any sign and marking, that's major problem. There you cannot have a bus stop. So yes, the bus stop is some 300, 200 meters away as per the rule. But people do not go till that point. They want the bus to stop there. Now, how do we address that? So we proposed providing pedestrian guardrails like we have in the urban areas so that they can go along that and go to the bus stand and just take it. But it was not successful. So for that, what we are doing, both locations, we are providing some nakas to reduce the speed and the vehicle flow is going on. So this is one of the agenda or this is one of the issues that we are trying to address, and it was a black spot along that road. So this is again some of the high schools along national highways where after 4 lane to 6 lane there is no crossing facility, which we have suggested for footover bridge. There are pedestrian underpasses, but which is with water, which is completely gone.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. In the previous picture, I think there is another thing that can be added. Some speed limit banner should be there, right?
Yes, yes, the many things. I am just showing you some ideas. Very good. So that is you are actually taking the road safety audit. What are the key points? So this is one way we look all the things. We have a checklist. We have IRC codes. IRC SP 88, IRC SP 55. These codes are there where very clearly guidelines are given. What to check, where to check. We do that and find out and give the responses. Nowadays, with advent of AI and improved machine learning capabilities, we are trying to develop softwares which we run with the video. They will automatically tell what are the problems. Those we are trying to address. Okay. Again, from this drawing, if you see conflict of vehicles coming in and out, there is a chance of head-on collision, inadequate sight distance. Black spots are, that's why provided, and that's why if you see here, what they have done, police barricades are provided in a staggered manner just to reduce the speed. Again, lot of other things can be done here as well. So this is some of the bad example, flimsy tape barrier. This is a good example. Again, because time is short, I will just go ahead. So as you can see, in some locations, glare is a big issue. When the glare from the other side of the light comes to our eyes, so ideally we should provide at least this green clothes. Best solution is providing these green bars, which is basically appropriate glare blockers, correct glare blockers. Many places in India nowadays they are in place. Some types of road barriers, I will not go into details. West Bengal, while doing audit, when I was doing PhD, some photos I thought because you will be able to see some of the locations we have seen, congestion, pedestrians are coming everywhere. This is Amtala, one of the locations there. Belpukur, if you see any another location, we have seen a head-on collision. Near IIM Joka, no pedestrian facility, absolutely. Again, near Hotuganj, South 24 Parganas, shoulder encroachment by auto, significant edge drop as you can see. Y junction at a horizontal curve, lot of issues. Towards Diamond Harbour, again a sharp curve where the speed limit is not there. What is the problem? It's a sharp curve. So if you see here, if some vehicle is coming very high speed here, they cannot see here because so many trees are there. It's 2016, long back, but these photos village wise, after that we have done a lot of work on urban sections, but village sections, these photos are still and truly relevant. So these are some of the things, overall road safety aspects that I wanted to give you, some engineering measures, some of course what work we have done, some machine learning aspects, some engineering aspects, what is black spot, how do we do it, all those aspects I wanted to, because in a short span. Now again, before closing, I would like, again, that's my way of communicating, so that at the beginning and at the end we can interact together. So which of the below is a speed breaker sign? If anyone can answer.
Say B.
B for Bombay.
Yes, sir.
What does A indicate? Can anyone tell me? So this is for indicating that there could be blind person crossing the road. So B is the right answer. This one, both A and B. We can move left, we can move right. This kind of hazard markers. Why I am telling this? There are a lot of so many things. I think by Googling you will see n number of traffic signs and markings. Some I am putting at your head. So not only road safety engineering aspects, but also these educational aspects you know and pass on to your others. Compulsory signs are exhibited in what shape? So again, transportation engineering, those we have who have studied or have already, most of us have studied, I believe here. So if you see and are teaching it, so there are three types of signs: compulsory signs for a compulsory aspects in a particular location. Similarly, warning signs and informatory signs. So compulsory signs, what shape they are provided? Circular, triangular, or rectangular?
Circular, sir.
What?
Circular.
Yes, thank you. Very good. Last but not the least, national road safety policies are formed by the
Ministry
President,
of Surface Transport.
Prime Minister, Ministry of Surface Transport. Now it is Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, or Chief Justice. Who?
Ministry of Surface Transport.
Okay. Anyone else would like to take any guess? So President Draupadi Murmu, madam. or Narendra Modi ji, or Nitin Gadkari ji, or Surya Kant ji, the Chief Justice?
Nitin
Justice
Gadkari
Surya
ji.
Kant. Who is the answer?
Nitin Gadkari ji.
Minister Nitin Gadkari ji. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Draupadi Murmu ji.
Thank you. Right answer. President forms the, I mean, actually she is the president, whoever in chair, national road safety policies, the signature or goes through her office. So that's the importance of road safety. With this, I believe, again, my idea was that 1 hour, 15 minutes I will complete, and 10, 15 minutes we can have discussion. I know that 2 lectures consecutively you had. So I wanted to give you a glimpse on road safety, what is happening in India, how do we correct those road safety things, what improvements can be done, how we deal that in practically on field, and of course some other technical aspects, what are the engineering solutions and mathematical models what we have developed. Some results I have shown you. I have not gone through the detailed results. With this, I will stop here. Thank you. For any question, I think my email ID is there. I can share the important slides also, and we can discuss. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable session. I, Dr. Devashish Das, like to request the participant, if you have any query, you can put it in the chat box so that it can be cleared from our experts. Any question from any participant can put in the chat box.
Okay, sir. Already there are 2 questions there in the chat box.
I can see some questions one by one. I will take. I think Dr. Abhi Sarkar, I got one question: is Promethi better than AHP for MCDM? Dr. Abir, it depends on what kind of models we try to use. AHP we use when we want to see pair-wise comparison, and when the data size is relatively less. So in that cases, AHP can be used when higher data size, particularly pair-wise comparison. Right now, we are doing another method we are using. That's an excellent method, and we have published in quite good journals. ISM method one can use. That's a very good method for MCDM. Also, we are using best towards scaling method. So, if no one can tell whether Prometheus is better than AHP for MCDM, no, all are comparable whenever what is used. For long, or we have huge data set, or where we are actually analyzing lot of data from users. For those cases, we are using Topsys, Reddit, Vicor, or meta ranking, those kind of methods. They can also be used. So that's from Professor Sarkar. Then Shobhik Das, what can be the road safety strategy for India considering rural and urban high areas and high accident prone areas? So that's the whole thing about. We are all trying to develop a strategy. There is no specific strategy. So as I told you, 5 E's of engineering: education, enforcement, emergency response, and evaluation. So of course, engineering, finding out, like doing road safety audit or doing some road safety analysis, finding out what are the engineering issues, solving them, trying to give them some recommendation measures. That is one way. That is the engineering measures. Then finding out what are the locations where the accidents are happening more, doing some educational or road safety strategies in there. That's again another method. Then of course, emergency response, finding out or planning what are the nearest primary healthcare centers or other kind of healthcare centers where high level facilities can be given. That kind of thing comes under emergency response. Then going to uh, uh, enforcement, like rural areas, as you rightly said, maybe technology could be little bit less available there. So I would suggest using this manual policing should be the most important thing. Apart from that, somewhere manual policing may not be there. That places we can have some other educational, some high level, like automatic systems, some ITC systems, some CCTV camera based detection systems, and so on and so forth. So all combination and evaluate the system. So rural and urban, all this separately. For example, rural and urban area, if you see, one of the major change that is required is multilingual signboards. So for example, speed limit sign is fine, that 100, but for example, you have to go there. For example, one wants to go to Haldia. So there should be a clear board indicating Haldia is that side. Someone might take the other side. That time there could be confusion, and that can lead to congestion, or that can lead to accident as well. So those things needs to be taken care. Okay.
Sir, I am Dr. Saptoshi Rai.
Yes.
I have no question. I personally thank you for this wonderful session. I am been very much benefited throughout this 1 hour 50-minute session. So I personally wanted to thank you. That's why I opened this chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rai.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, Dr. Das.
Yeah. Sir, as you said, or as we all know, that the road safety audit is mandatory for all kind of road. So is it also mandatory for the rural road also?
Yes. Rural road, PMGSY, there are two types of roads. Generally, it is mandatory. Though they have to be done by some of the auditors, that is empaneled. But generally, what they have done, only ADB funded projects, which is more than 5 kilometers, that they audit. Others, they try to do it in the design level. They just check it and just leave them. But generally, yes.
Means for that minimum length is 5 kilometers.
5 kilometers. More than 5 kilometers, road safety audit has to be done. Yes.
Okay. So any other question from anyone, or then I will conclude the session. Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you to Dr. Bandhan Bandhu, sir, for your excellent talk on the topic of the systematic methodology for improving the road safety on urban roads in India, challenge approaches and way forward. You have emphasized many things on the road safety audit, or the road safety and the geometric design of the road, and it is highly enriched and very informative session. So I, Dr. Devashish Das, take this opportunity to offer our sincere vote of thanks to Dr. Bandhan Bandhu Majumdar for an outstanding session. Your insights have been both academically stimulated and practically relevant, and we are grateful for the time and effort you have invested in sharing your knowledge with us. A special thank you also to all the participants, being such an engaged and curious audience. Your questions reflect the depth of your professional engagement. With this, we conclude the session 2, day 2. We look forward for the day 3. And again, I like to thank Dr. Bandhan Bandhu sir for such a it is a two-way session. It is not a one-way session. The participants are really participated, and which is very energetic and session throughout the session. So looking forward for future collaborative work from our end also, from Multi of Technology. So thank you, sir. And for the participant, the feedback link is given in the chat box, so you can give the feedback. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Das, Dr. Odhikari, Dr. Sarkar, and all the participants. It was wonderful interacting with all of you. So if someone is interested to talk or work, my details are there. You can just type, and phone number, email ID, everything is available.
And sir, one more request. Can we get the PPT for our archive?
I will share the selected component of the PPT.
Okay. Thank you so much. So kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.